Where's Johnny?
Further, this is the actually
because that's what they are. If you can't
a human being
that these are actually
even wrap his hand around that
and they've been squeezing it into shape.
Ball, that's what they say that this is turned into now. It's the pieces I've just been showing you. So this fingerprint of this humanoid is absolutely enormous, because that's what that is. It absolutely is, and it's the reason why I started this channel. The second video I made, you can go back and look, and it would, 2.5 years ago, I made a video specifically on this artifact because nobody else had shown it before, and it's absolutely obvious what it is. This actually could have been the middle finger, and the pointing finger has left that imprint there, as this thing has been squeezed into shape for reasons I might get into. This is an area further around, and you can see where they've been squeezing this thing into shape. I'll get more into that. You can go inspect the images on my Google page. So this is the so-called obelisk, and this image and what I've just shown you leaves you in no doubt 110% and rising that this thing has been squeezed into shape for whatever reason by humanoids of enormous size, the size of the handprint I've just shown you at Sacsayhuaman on that block. So if you can imagine a giant reaching his hand down here and squeezing this thing into shape like that, like you would do, as you crush this, right, and force your fingers back, it would actually dig this area out first. It's just the way that your bones operate. So this bit would go like that, and then this bit here, yeah. So as you're squeezing this thing into shape and moving your fingers backwards and forwards, it would actually dig this area out deeper than here, and it's exactly what you see, people, which leaves me in no doubt, and I will never ever change my mind on this, that these are fingerprints, handprints from giants of enormous size. The areas I'm going to show you now could either be any of these. It could have been something like this, like what's on the side of a tank, or tyres. I want you to remember that the tread on these tyres are actually hollow inside here, yeah. They're not filled in, because the imprints I'm going to show you, they would have to be shaped like this, because they're backward. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, I couldn't find the exact tyre print what I'm going to show you, but there are many. This is at Aswan Quarry again, and this is a tyre print or a track of something that ran over this when it was almost clay. You can see where it's pushed it up at the side and down here, and these are the prints, yeah. But again, they would have to be hollow inside for them to be like this, because they're backward. These are meant to be pushed down, aren't they? But there's many types of prints, unless this was some type of track or tyre that got laid out on the floor and left an imprint. I don't know which it is, but there's no doubt in what it is in the first place. This is the reason why I've made another video on this area for you, because I've had this image a while. It's just been buried. I couldn't find it. But this area here again leaves you in no doubt that we're looking at tyre prints or track prints, and that's what they are, exactly them. And the reason why I know is because these are actually shaped like 50p pieces, like hexagons, and as it's got closer to this wall, it started shaping another hexagon there, but because the wall wasn't in the way, it's only shaped half of it, yeah. Do you understand that? It couldn't roll any further and carve another piece out, and it's just left its imprint. That, I mean, look, it's subtle findings like that that prove to me the paradigms that I present to you, okay? yeah, it was this area. It just looks like if it was in fact a tyre or something, it turned round on that zone there. And obviously this is something modern, and I think it was something like, you know, some sort of clay or lime that turned hard over time and went through a lot of heat at the end of some era. But you can see how this site had been used before. All these were in fact tyre prints, and as this place got flooded over, it got filled in again because there's no reason for that line to be round there. These lines stop here and they don't follow on up here. So this has been dumped on here since this. Do you understand that? So these are two different images, and you can see the line there. You see these are shaped, and then that runs all the way around there. This has been dumped on top of here. Yeah, that's a single image of the fingerprint again, and you can see where they've been grinding this stuff out, and that it was in fact sand. Why it's like this, I don't know. I mean, you know, did this giant try digging somebody out of this when this event occurred? Maybe. That is in fact, it is in fact a fingerprint, and why it's shaped like a finger. And this area here is where the rest of the fingers were, because if you were to stick your finger inside something, you would actually make that shape, yeah, but with your left hand, and if you as you shoved it in, it would leave an imprint there, and that would be a pointing finger. And again, as he's been shoving his fingers down here, fingerprints, if you stick your fingers in something soft, they actually go pointed towards the end like teardrops. They don't leave perfect circles because your skin squeezes into a point. If you don't believe me, you can go test everything that I'm telling you.
This site at Saxe-Mount, this huge block here, you can see the imprint of a hand, and it is about the same size as the hand fingerprints I've just been showing you in Egypt. This is this same site, Saxe-Mount wall, and that's what I think these are. You can see where it's bulging out there. All these will have just been concrete blocks, right? And it's got sand in it, and over time it just hardens more, that's all. They used to say that this was andesite. It's not, it's limestone, right? They say, well, how would you get these, you know, blocks perfectly, you know, where you can't fit a human hair? Well, it's simple. You just put something like paper in between it, right, and then lay your blocks. So I could do that, but it's the scale of what we're talking about, isn't it? These are about the same size fingerprints. This wasn't living, yeah? This was created by a giant with hands like I've just shown you, and that's what they are. And you can see where it's been pulling up on this thing and forming this chin into shape. I said that is actually the right hand. You can see where that's the thumb. For some reason it grabbed hold of here, you know. Anyway, I put this forward as some type of handprint. It's very large. What got me looking at the Sphinx was actually this here, right? It just looks exactly the same as a skull, doesn't it? Right, so that's what got me looking at the Sphinx. Then it was the eyeball that kind of swayed me that this thing might have been real. Yeah, you can see where it's dried up there. But then when I saw the mouth and how the lip had been pulled out of shape, yeah, when this thing was wrapped with this thing that goes through its mouth, and these appear to be teeth, then I saw where the nose had been broke off, and you could see the nostril holes inside, right? Proved to me that this thing wasn't really a mud fossil or something petrified. It was just a large mummy, something similar to this. You can see where this has been wrapped. This white neck, if you could actually go find old images of the Sphinx, and the neck is actually white, or was white at one time, before they started pouring loads of concrete on it. I showed you this. This is a newly excavated site in Peru or Bolivia, and that's what it is, and that's clearly a jaw. Absolutely, just, it's clearly a jaw. Okay, look at it. This central bit has been dropped here at some point to put you off. I'm not sure why.
I hope that you all really enjoyed the two-part series I've just finished with there of all the giant videos that I pieced together and put together in bits and pieces for mainly the new people to this channel that would have to go through all my old videos to find all this. It will be the last time that I do it for a while. We will get back to recording brand new videos on new sites. It's something that I wanted to do for a while anyway, and just to finish on, I am really over the moon with the, I think it were about 7 donations that I got from the last video. People must have really liked it, so I will say on here I'm really thankful for that. Again, I can't comment on the PayPal, so I can't thank you enough.